When we think of unimaginable wealth, we think of modern tech titans, oil barons, or Wall Street hedge funds. Sah, but what if I told you that the richest human being to ever walk the earth didn't own a single stock, didn't invent a piece of software, and lived over 700 years ago? His name was Mansa Musa. He was the emperor of the Mali Empire in West Africa. And in the year 1324, he went on a road trip that was so lavish, so unbelievably expensive, that he accidentally destroyed the economy of the entire Middle East. This isn't just a story about a rich king. This is a story about what happens when one man holds too much of the world's money and decides to spend it all at once. To understand how Mansa Musa broke the economy, you have to understand where his money came from. In the early 1300s, Europe was struggling through the Middle Ages, fighting wars and dealing with famines. But the Mali Empire, it was in a golden age, literally. The Mali Empire sat on top of some of the largest gold reserves in the world. It's estimated that during his reign, Mansa Musa controlled nearly half of the Old World's total gold supply. On top of that, he controlled the salt trade. Back then, salt was as valuable as petroleum is today because it preserved meat before refrigeration. Gold and salt, the ultimate medieval monopoly. Historians estimate his net worth in today's money at over $400 billion. But honestly, he was so rich that modern economists say his wealth is actually unquantifiable. As a devout Muslim, Mansa Musa was required to make the Hajj, the holy pilgrimage to Mecca, a journey of over 4,000 miles across the unforgiving Sahara Desert. But a king of his magnitude does not travel light. He literally packed a moving city. His caravan consisted of 60,000 people. That included his royal court, soldiers, merchants, and entertainers. He brought 12,000 personal attendants, all wearing high-end Persian silk. And the bankroll. He brought a baggage train of up to 100 camels, each hauling 300 pounds of pure gold dust. Oh, and to show his devotion, legend says he paid to have a brand new mosque built every single Friday, wherever the caravan happened to stop. Months into the grueling journey, the caravan finally reaches Cairo, Egypt. In 1324, Cairo was the New York City of the Islamic world. It was a massive, wealthy hub of global trade, ruled by the powerful Mamluk Sultan, Al-Nasir Muhammad. And when Musa arrived, things immediately got awkward. Protocol in Egypt demanded that any visiting leader must kiss the ground and bow before the Sultan. Mansa Musa refused. He politely explained that he would only bow to God. The tension in the palace was thick enough to cut with a sword. Finally, a compromise was reached. Greetings were exchanged, and Musa was welcomed as an honored guest. The Sultan probably thought he had won the power struggle, but he had no idea what Mansa Musa was about to do to his city. Musa was incredibly generous. He wanted to show the world the glory of Mali. So he went on the greatest shopping spree in human history. He bought vast amounts of exotic goods, souvenirs, and spices. He paid double, triple, sometimes 10 times the asking price. He tipped common merchants with handfuls of gold dust. He handed out fortunes to the poor on the streets of Cairo, Medina, and Mecca. But in his immense generosity, Mansa Musa broke the fundamental law of economics: supply and demand. He flooded the market with so much gold, so incredibly fast, that the metal completely lost its value. It wasn't rare anymore. Welcome to 14th century hyperinflation. Because the value of money plummeted, the cost of everyday goods absolutely skyrocketed. The price of bread, housing, and basic survival items became entirely unaffordable for the average citizen. Musa's charity had accidentally triggered a catastrophic economic depression across the Middle East that would last for over a decade. It took a year for Musa to finish his pilgrimage and return to Cairo on his way home. When he arrived, he looked around and saw the financial devastation he had caused. He realized his mistake, but what he did next proves he wasn't just a rich king. He was a brilliant economist. To fix the hyperinflation, Mansa Musa effectively acted as a one-man central bank. He went to the major moneylenders in Cairo and borrowed as much gold as he could carry at astronomically high interest rates. He intentionally removed his own gold from the public circulation, drying up the supply to force the value of the metal back up. To this day, he is the only single human being in recorded history to personally control and correct the price of gold in the Mediterranean. Mansa Musa returned to Mali and used his remaining wealth to build universities, libraries, and grand mosques, transforming the city of Timbuktu into a global center of education and culture. But the PR from his trip changed history. Tales of his unimaginable wealth reached Europe. Mapmakers began drawing him sitting on a golden throne. It sparked a European obsession with finding the mythical city of gold that would last for centuries. Mansa Musa left behind a legacy of immense power, incredible generosity, and a very tough economic lesson. Money is only valuable as long as it's rare. If you want to hear more insane stories about how history's richest people made and broke the global economy, hit that subscribe button. See you in the next one.